Hey everyone, this is Julie Murphy, and I want to show you some of the other features. I posted a video yesterday showing you some of the first features I had noticed with the upgrade. This is the upgrade 2 for the Dream Machine. Today I want to show you what I also discovered once you start stitching. So if we go into embroidery, and let's just load a pattern and I'll show you what we have available to us. So once we set our pattern, and this is one that's built into the machine, we can actually go into this button up here in the upper right corner. Let me adjust the camera for you a little bit. If we go into this button up here that looks like a hoop with some threads through it, we now have this new button down here that is a stitch simulator, and if we choose that, we have three. We can do it slow, medium, or fast. That's 1, 2, or 3 is just telling you how fast it's going to simulate the stitch out. So we can start it. Let's start it with 1. I'll show you how that goes. So it starts showing you how it stitches. I can increase it to number 2, and it speeds it up. And then number 3 really goes fast, and it really just takes you through the stitches. So let me show that to you again. That was at the 3 speed. Let's change it to 2. And what it does is it just allows you to see exactly what's going to stitch and how it's going to stitch out before you start your design. One other feature when you are doing the stitch out is if you don't necessarily want to see it in the hoop, you can actually zoom in and do the stitch simulator with it zoomed in so you can see. Let me change it to number 2 and do the same stitch out again for you. And we can increase it to number 3. And there you go. So that's the stitch simulator that you can use when you're in the initial edit screen. Let's go into a pattern, another pattern that's built into our system. And let's go to number 12 and choose one of our new patterns that we have. Let's see here, one that has some color. Let's choose number 43. And we will go ahead and set it. And we've always had this screen here, but now when we go into embroidery and we have this little plus minus down here, which we've always had, that has shown us what to stitch and what thread color the machine is asking for next, we now have this progress bar up here. And as you move through the stitches, you can watch this little red dot as it moves and lets you know where you are in your stitches. In addition to moving across, we can actually move it ourselves if we want to see, say we want to go part way through in the stitch, and I don't know if you can see, but we always have this little X that allows us to see where we are in our pattern. And now not only can we use our arrows and our plus minus 1, 10, 100, or 1,000, but we can actually just move the progress bar up here and move our stitches along as well. So let's look at some of the features in sewing. So we have our pivot setting down here. When the pivot setting is selected, the presser foot will now automatically be raised to the pivoting height that you have set here on page 3. This is our automatic presser foot lift. So when auto down is on and you're trying to sew and you either push the start stop button or the foot controller, when the presser foot is actually up, just pressing one of those will automatically lower the presser foot. Auto up, when it's set to on and you either push the start stop or the foot pedal, it will automatically raise the presser foot. Let's see here, the press to trim, when it's set to on, when you press the thread cutter button, it will automatically lower the presser foot if it's in the raised position, allowing the thread to be cut. And when the thread is cut, the presser foot will raise again. A new feature in the multi-function foot controller is they have added a presser foot up and down that you're able to touch the heel portion of our foot controller to make the presser foot go up and down. Another feature that we have is under the multifunction foot controller is in this section here, we can go in and select no setting. And what this does is it just keeps the, it helps prevent an incorrect operation from being performed if the foot controller is accidentally depressed. Let's see, let's go back to page 1. And another thing that they have is the presser foot height. Is normally at 7.5, and what you now have is it can go all the way down to 2 and all the way up to 10. So that's a new adjustment. So you have more flexibility. Obviously, it lets you see what the normal setting is. It's highlighted in black, so you know what the normal presser foot height raises to. So that's some of the features that I've noticed that we now have with the upgrade 2 for the Dream Machine. And thanks for watching.